Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dan from Fitness Pain Free. I'm here to help coaches and clinicians get their patients and clients out of pain and back to training in the gym where they belong, all right? Today we're talking about troubleshooting shoulder pain during the bench press, okay? Bench press is one of the leading causes of shoulder pain within the gym. If I had to guess, I think the types of pathologies you're seeing most often are going to be rotator cuff related pain, biceps tendon pain, maybe a little bit of AC joint pathology, and potentially some pec strains. And every once in a while you'll see a rupture, okay? I do think that these modifications are going to be relevant for all of those pathologies. Today's video, we're going to be focusing on changing the implement, okay? So if someone has shoulder pain in the gym, you want them to continue working towards their goals, rehabilitate them at the same time, first thing we try is to modify the load. If that doesn't work out really well, we modify the grip. If that's not working out very well and they can't find a tolerable position to press in or a tolerable like load or rep range, then we move on to changing the implement, okay? So by implement, I mean going from a barbell to something like a dumbbell, okay? Just like that. Now, first and foremost, I think the reason why transitioning from a barbell to a implement like a dumbbell is so effective for folks is because a lot of folks don't tolerate a lot of load, okay? And a lot of folks are trying to push weights on the bench press. So it's very common to see sets of 3, sets of 5 prescribed in a bench press program, but you probably don't see sets of 3, sets of 5 in a dumbbell bench press, okay? So oftentimes people tell me like, hey, you know, dumbbell bench press feels A-okay, but barbell bench press doesn't feel okay. And it's probably just because with dumbbells, we don't use as much load, right? The other thing to think about is that dumbbells are inherently a little less stable. So when you're bench pressing with dumbbells, you have to be able to stabilize those weights. And because of that, you probably can't use as much load as well, okay? So if you can't tolerate bench press well and you want to choose an implement, the first one I recommend is trying to bench press with dumbbells, okay? The other thing that's really nice about a dumbbell is you can modify the elbow position very easily. So you can bench press with dumbbells out wide like this, okay? Or you can take them in this way and bench press here, all right? And whenever we alter the position of the elbow, we're probably altering the stress on the shoulder. And if we go from, let's say, here in a bench press, it doesn't feel good, and we take our grip a little more narrow for the dumbbell bench press, we're probably offloading some of those irritated structures in the shoulder. Plus, as you go closer with your grip, we're increasing the contribution of your tricep as well. So first thing I recommend trying is going to be the dumbbell in terms of modifying the bench press by implement. The second one you can try is using a neutral grip bench press, okay? Or excuse me, bar. So we're using, I think this is the American bar from Elite FTS. This bar is phenomenal because you can change your grip to be wider or more narrow. And the other piece is that we can change your grip from being more pronated to more semi-supinated, right? So a little less of that pronated position. And if you'll notice, if I go from this position here, straight bar, and I go a little bit more supinated, right? More neutral position, watch what happens to my elbows. They drop a little bit. Okay? And as we talked in the last episode, right, the last video, we talked about changing the elbow position and changing the stress within the shoulder. So if you have, let's say, rotator cuff related pain and you're always bench pressing out wide, if you go a little bit more narrow or you change the grip slightly, that may offload the rotator cuff slightly in a way that you can continue bench pressing without as much pain. Okay? So shoulder's killing you, try the dumbbells. If that's not working out really well, you can use a specialty bar just like this, okay? And to be honest, I would probably recommend using a specialty bar first. It's just that most gyms don't have this, so I'd say try the dumbbells, right? But if you have access to an American bar like this, phenomenal bar from Elite FTS, try that first, okay? And again, our goal is to find a pressing modification that's tolerable and doesn't make your shoulder feel like garbage the next day, all right? So guys, the learning is not over. I want you guys to continue learning. I have a link right above you can click. If you're a coach, if you're a clinician that's trying to help people with injuries in the gym, get them back to training and out of pain, all right? I want you to click here. We can learn some more, okay? Thank you for joining me. I'll see you on the next one.